Recently, I've shared how I was able to climb a channel from 0 to 1,000 subscribers. And I truly do believe the primary reason I did that was I didn't quit. And I did that, and I committed and succeeded in posting 270 videos in 19 months. And I tried to be really clear on that. Nothing ever went viral. No one ever gave me a shout out. It was pure determination. But when I mentioned those numbers, 270 videos, 19 months, everyone was, how'd you do that? Well, today I want to share with you how I did that on the Gamer's Guide to YouTube. I'm Commander Tom, your host, and I want to share with you the tips and tricks to level up your channels and hopefully give them an extra life. On a previous video, I kind of talked about my journey from 0 to 1,000. And when I went through that journey, some comments came up, and I thought it was absolutely awesome. Now, number one, when Think Media tells you that's a ton, way to go. Thank you, Think Media. That's incredible high praise right there. Thank you. And a lot of people would say, that's a lot of videos. 270 in a year? That's impressive. 19 months are not quite as impressive, but I get the concept and I appreciate the compliment. Thank you. Okay. A lot of people, I deserve respect. Thanks. I do appreciate that. Although I think the winner of the comments, and I think what everyone was really trying to get to was, and I got to say, I love your Twitter handle, Al Sharp Tongue. That's creative right there. On how did you manage not to have burnout? And I think that is a fair question. And I think that's the question that we need to focus on. Now I'm going to reveal my inner nerd here for a moment. And if you ever watched Star Trek Generations, their movie, there is a line that I still love about time is the fire in which we burn. And I think there is some truth to that, because the most common statement that most creators say about YouTube is that they don't have enough time. Well, the rules of temporal physics are pretty stable, and all of us travel through time at the same rate. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. No one has more time than anyone else. What separates people is their ability to sit down, schedule, and even more importantly, commit. The difference between people who get things done and the people who wish they did is really, how bad do you want to commit to getting it done? And I know this sounds like advice that your parents come down on you on, and maybe this is where I'm showing my age. Okay, I'm going to save myself a little bit of humility here and just say that, in the words of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, I am the answer to life, universe, and everything. I'm 42. Okay. I've been around the block a few times. And when you get to that point and you're married and you've got 4 kids and you're holding down a day job, you'll learn to schedule and prioritize. So back in late 19, when I wanted to commit to a YouTube channel, when I wanted to get this done, I knew I was going to need to actually talk about schedule. I knew I was going to have to figure out a way to make it into the time. So, to help show you how I did it and to give you ideas on how you can do it around your day job, your family needs, your other life events, let's give you an idea of options. Now, I want to say this. I got to 270 in 19 months, posting 2 to 4 videos a week. You don't have to do that. All right? I encourage, in fact, new tubers to, especially at the very first days, your first 6 months or so, just do one a week. Just get consistent at one a week because you have so much to learn. After a first couple of months, once you get a rough idea of how you're going to get footage, edit footage, upload, slowly increase to maybe 2 a week. Okay? And then keep studying. You're going to need to keep studying YouTubers, videos, data. There is a lot to this. That's why I call this a YouTuber internship. Because you are learning while you're doing. It's all on the job training. And it may not feel fair, but it's the best way to success that I can tell you. But let me show you what my personal schedule looks like as inspiration. Don't feel you've got to pull my grind. Speaking of grind, coffee's going to be your best friend. You'll see.
All right, so if you look through here, this is just your typical schedule of 7 days a week, because that's what a general week is, and a schedule from 5 a.m. to 1 p.m. Or that should be 1 a.m., but you get the idea. And that's because these are a lot of the hours that my pesky bosses actually want me to show up to do my job. Because my pesky bosses actually want me to show up and do my job. You know, I'm actually not going to knock them, just in case some of them do watch this, which that's fine. All through 2020, they did not furlough me. And how I was classified as essential, how I actually kept my job during that madness, I will never know. But especially with my wife and kids here, I will thank them for that. So I'm not going to knock them at all. But, you know, I got to show up and do the job. I can't do YouTube full time yet. Not until I get more wonderful subscribers like you. I'm not even kidding with this. If you have a significant other in your life, okay, if you've got a spouse or anything serious, just automatically schedule them, arguably even before your day job. But I understand a work shift is probably easier than scheduling a date night. And I don't care what you do. If you can manage to take them out on the town each week, great. If it's as simple as just renting a movie while the kids are downstairs and you watch something upstairs, great. But if you're going to be committing so much time to YouTube, schedule your time with your significant other first. Make it a priority. You're going to need them in this endeavor. Don't burn them out as you try to chase YouTube fame. So we've scheduled the day job, and then we've scheduled date night. Like I said, I'm a scoutmaster. I could make a merit badge for it. Don't worry about that. Hang on. I can make a merit badge for it. Scout joke. Don't worry. Alright, so we also want to look into, make sure you schedule some time for family if you have it, as well as keeping in mind other things you need to do in life. Your schedule, your life, figure it out. Fill in the priorities that you need to get done. Now, keep in mind, being a YouTuber means you've got to, script or at least get an idea for footage. Then you need to record the footage. Then you need to edit the footage and a little bit of time uploading. This is going to be something that you're going to need to walk through a little bit to know how much time you need to do this. These are answers I can't directly give you, aside from I know that in my early days, for about every hour of footage I wanted, I needed about 8 hours worth of work to do it. I would say it would be about 6 hours of gameplay that I would need about 90 minutes to 2 hours to edit to create that 1 hour of gameplay. In my early days, yes, I did post 1 hour videos because, there's 1 hour TV shows. Don't do that. I have found the butter zone to be about 20 minutes. Has been a good road mark for me. That's proved very valid on the channel. This is going to vary with your specifics. Tutorials, different games, different genres. All of these things play into the mix. Do what's natural and what works for you. The whole concept of what do you keep in a game or video, what do you trash, that will be the subject of a second video to be filmed in the future. I don't know when. I have a list. I'm working it. But if you want to know when it does come on, to give you some ideas of what I generally do, though, I do a lot of my recording for all of my videos for the week on Saturday morning. That seems to be a good window of time where I can sit down and get several blocks of hours of video footage recorded. From about 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. The kids take it easy. It's cereal breakfast. I'm just kind of hanging out and doing my thing. That leaves Saturday afternoon free and open for whatever we need. Sometimes that's a little bit of YouTube work. Often that's the honey-do list. Often that's me doing work under the hood, carpentry projects, errands, whatever. Sunday and Saturday afternoon is that window of time to, what do you need this week, family? I do try to do my best to Saturday or Sunday, especially during the summer or spring, fall. I try to barbecue. You're going to forgive me here. I'm going to encourage you as you are trying to do YouTube that you also stay connected to your family or your friends or whoever is important in your life, okay? Being a YouTuber is a grind. Being a YouTuber can suck. You want your family. Trust me. You do not want to isolate. So that looks into the weekend then. The Monday through Friday we focus on after 5 o'clock, supper, the kids. In the evenings, I can get a little extra recording done, 8 to 9. That sort of thing. Most of my editing, though, usually happens in the evenings, around 10. Because a lot of my videos are done with voiceover and narration. And 10, 11, midnight are when my blessed little angels
Sleep and quiet.
Which leads us into then trying to upload. Keyword, upload, not necessarily publish. If you take a look at my history, I never publish anything at midnight. More than one of my videos has been uploaded at midnight and 1 a.m. I regularly schedule my films out at least a few days ahead because it helps out YouTube, because the data of your video, your dialogue, your title, even a little bit your tags, got to keep in mind, YouTube, the algorithm, is not just one thing, it's several computers. And if you can upload your footage even a few hours ahead of time, the night ahead of time, it gives YouTube time for it to do its homework on what is in your video, parse that information out, so that way the moment the timer hits 0 on your publication, all the computers are already updated and it can start to But yes, you do see this sometimes going even into 1 a.m. And yes, I do have sometimes alarms on my phone telling me, no, really, go to sleep. And then sometimes we see I get up at 5 a.m. to finish that. Now, promotions, social media, that kind of thing. That is something that I will do a completely separate video on as well, but it's something that individuals often do wrong. But it isn't valuable to do something. Suffice to say, for this video, don't spam! Don't just drop your link in places, okay? If you have a Twitter following or a social media following anywhere, yes, go ahead and drop it there. Let them know, hey, it's coming on there, because that notifications of YouTube system really does not do what it should do. I will admit that is a personal gripe. Person subscribes thinking they'll get the video feed, and then, okay, so they have to get notified thinking they'll get told when the videos pop. How, YouTube, help me help you. But how many times does a person have to tell you they want my content before you give them my content? It really, I will admit, sometimes it feels like, if you want to know when I have new videos, follow my Twitter. And for the reference, yes, I have a Twitter, and yes, I post announcements. So yes, if you want to know... So promotion time is something I do towards, for me, the Friday, moving over through the weekend time frame when needs be, largely because I have found that there is a larger population. So I have specifically targeted my videos pubcation dates to be on Friday, Saturday. Now, if you check the link in the description, I've also left. Now, if you check the link, check the description box below, I have left a link that will also give you a copy of this document and a blank one. Because while I might be helpful, I'm not as cool as you, and I don't know your schedule as well as you do. So I'm here for inspiration, but you will do yourself a favor if you will put pencil to paper and at least start scheduling your time out like this. I would encourage you to dedicate yourself, to commit to. If things like this helped you out, if you want to know more, That's what playlists are for. And if you want to know if I lived... Beep, 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 beep. All right. If you want to know more, that's what playlists are for. And if you want to give your channel an extra life, leave a like and subscribe. I'm Commander Tom, and I will see you next time. Thanks.